Hey guys, it's Friday morning. It's about 25 below, and so I'm going to apologize in advance for the noise caused by the furnace coming on and off. I generally try and film in between for the furnace running, and thing is, it's running pretty steady today, so you probably hear it come on every once in a while. Hopefully, it doesn't interfere with the sound too much. In this video, I'm going to wrap up the rest of the stuff that's underneath, at least the stuff that I can. I still have emergency brake cable and a speedometer cable to come in yet. So I'll finish up all the rest of the stuff though. There's not a whole lot there, but yeah, might as well just get to her. All right, let's get this thing up in the air. All right. So one of the first things I want to do is drill my holes for my running board brackets. Now the existing holes are here. Just got to find them. And the reason I've got to drill is because I boxed in the frame rails. So, you know, I've got to be able to drill through both sides so I can get a wrench on it. The only thing I do have to be careful of is I've got brake lines and stuff mounted to my frame rail, so I got to make sure I don't drill through anything. I may have to take the clamps off the brake lines and let them hang until I get the holes drilled. Anyway, I'm going to grab the brackets and make sure I've got the right holes and drill these out. Well, it didn't take long for this to go for a shit. Anyway, ended up going out and getting the running board out of storage, and to make sure, because I seen a problem right away. You see those 4 holes there? That's for the running board bracket, but look how the fender is lined up here. So I'll just show you what I'm talking about here. Bear with me. So if I put this bracket here, it's actually hitting the fender. So that's no good. However, I think this fender, because it's fiberglass, may have, you know, spread out a little bit. So I'm thinking that this back edge of the fender here is going to have to be pushed back, but how much I don't know. And you know, the running board does fit between the 2 fenders, so I'm good that way. It's just this bracket. So I can either move the bracket, but it'd have to be on to the other side of the spring mount, or tweak that fender a little bit. But like I said, it's fiberglass, so I don't want to put too much stress on it. I think I'm going to have to hold off on putting the running boards in. I can't do it on the hoist anyway. Always something. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to hold off on that. I don't need to drill holes back there anyway, because I do have access to the outer frame rail. It's just the 2 middle ones, but I can't even get a drill in there with it on the hoist, so I'm gonna have to hold off and do this off the hoist. Bummer, be on the floor again. Sucks. But anyway, so I'm gonna put this running board back away, and we'll get on to other things. Damn it. All right, so I lowered the truck after I disconnected the shifter underneath, and I pulled it out of the truck. It's going to be a lot easier to modify, you know, on the bench. So what I wanted to do, I determined last time, was to extend this right here.
and I'll drill a bunch of holes in it so I've got some sort of adjustment. So I'm just going to make up a piece. It'll bring this further out so I got more swing on it. And yeah, I've marked out a piece already of steel. I'll cut that and grind it and put this bend in it and put it together. I'll take that over to the bench grinder, clean it up, and round it out a little bit. And then when it's time to put it on the shifter, I'll come back. Alright, so here's what I came up with. I suspect it's going to be one of the two bottom holes. It's going to be the right one. But yeah, I've extended it probably 2.5 inches. So the original spot was here. So put it in. See, I might have to open up my slot a little bit for the shifter just because of the nuts, but we'll see. So anyway, I'm gonna slot that in and see what I got. All right, so the shifter's back in the truck, and I've had this thing up and down like a freaking yo-yo, to connect and then adjust and reconnect and disconnect and adjust some more. But I think I finally got it. So I'll get underneath here, see if I can show you this. Oh, don't mind me, I'm doing some contortionist yoga stuff. Anyway, I marked when it's all the way into low 1 with a piece of tape. Right now it's in park. So I had to lengthen this rod, well, adjust it outward to lengthen this whole piece of linkage. And I caught the bottom hole on my new piece, and I think I've got it. So bear with me while I crawl back up here. This is brutal. So here's my shifter. All right, so now that's a low 1, and it's right on my piece of tape. So, yeah, I'm calling it done. Now I might have to tweak it just a little bit once I take it for a road test, but for now, I think I'm gonna say I got it beat. So there we go, shifter linkage done. So another thing that's on my list is brake adjustment. So I'm gonna do that now while it's up. So I'm looking everywhere for my brake adjuster tool for drum brakes. Can't find it anywhere, of course. So I've got this little mini pry bar here. I'm gonna just trim this down and make a tool to work, and hopefully I'm successful. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim that down and see if I can adjust the brakes. Okay, so the little tool I made up worked out pretty good. Yeah, I had to narrow it up at the bottom, and the reason is it wouldn't fit into the little slot there. Where is it? There. It was too wide to fit in the slot. Now inside here, your adjuster is at the bottom, and it's a wheel that's, you know, this way. And it's just a wheel with teeth on it like a gear. And what you want to do is you want to go clockwise. So adjust it down, and that'll tighten it up until you got some drag. I had to go quite a bit. So I've got good drag on it now, and the pedal has come up quite a bit, actually, the brake pedal. So I think I got what I need to get. I'm going to pop the rest of the wheels off. See, I just started The only reason I took this one off is because I'm going to take them all off. So I'm going to get my daughter out here after and bleed them one more time just to make sure I've got all the air out of them, and should be good to go. So that's something else I can cross off my list. So yeah, I'm going to finish taking the wheels off and muck about a little bit underneath some more. As far as the running boards go, I'm kind of doing this backwards anyhow. I'm glad I never actually installed the fenders. They're just hanging there with 2 bolts, finger tight, because I haven't gotten the welting yet to go between the box and the fender. So I'm going to pull the fenders off when it's time to put the running boards on. Put the running boards on first, then put the fenders on, and hopefully I can manipulate the bottom of this fender to fit in there properly without messing anything up. They say fiberglass fenders scare me, but we'll see what happens. You know, do the best I can. Hopefully everything goes together okay, because there is a fair amount of movement with these fenders. So I don't think I have to pick up a whole lot, maybe an inch, and figure out the height wise and everything else. So just make sure everything lines up. It's proper way to do it anyway. Get the running boards on first, fenders up to it, instead of trying to fit the running boards in between the 2 fenders and, you know, marking up both of them or something stupid. So yeah, so I'm just going to leave everything the way it is as far as the running boards and fenders go until I get everything done underneath. And there's a reason for that as well. The pickup points for my hoist will be, you know, way higher than the running boards, so I'm going to have to use some kind of a big ass block on the hoist pads, and I don't really want to do that. It's not cool. So I'm going to finish everything up 100% underneath first, then I'll get the running boards on and do it off the hoist and do what I got to do. So that's where I am on that. So I got a little bit of mucking about to do underneath yet, and even though, you know, stuff like the wiring is hanging there, I'm not going to fasten it to the frame rail just yet, because I still got to drill my holes out for the running boards, so there's no point. I may have to move it. So I'm just going to leave that as it is, and I'll get underneath it, just block it up with jack stands and get underneath and do the couple little things that I got to do after the running boards are on. So no biggie. Okay, so I still got a couple little things to do under there. Put my dust cover on, and I got a couple lines straight out, stuff like that. But what I'm going to do now is Dirty Dan's low budget version of a chassis cam. You know, when they drive the cars over the auction block at Barrett Jackson, they got the camera built into the floor. Yeah, well, I just got a creeper, and I'll push my sorry ass from back to front and show you what we got. Here we go. 66 Ford Mustang gas tank, Ford 9-inch, came out of a 68 Mustang. 325 to 1 gear, new bearings, new seals, including a pinion seal, brand new brakes, backing plates, drums, shoes, hardware, wheel cylinders, the whole bit. You can see the floor underneath. It's a BC fir, 2.5-inch exhaust front to back with Flowmaster mufflers, custom made drive shaft, all new brake lines, fuel lines, turbo 350 transmission, homemade transmission cross member. One of the things I do have to do is an emergency brake cable. Don't have it in yet, it's coming. And what was the other thing? Oh, speedometer cable. And then I'm going to have to fasten the wiring to the frame rail, but I'm going to wait till I get my running boards in place. Anyway, 350 Chevy, it's got a cam, bunch of other goodies in it. Everything's pretty neat and tidy here. Oh, I gotta fasten my clamps for my transmission cooling lines. Mustang 2 front end, drilled and slotted disc brakes, 2 rear control arms, new springs, new everything. Rack and pinion completely redone, new rod ends and everything. And yeah, new rad. There you go. The Dirty Dan's budget chassis cam. All right, so we can cross a couple things off the list here. Shifter linkage, adjust and bleed brakes, and let's see, okay. Didn't quite get this dialed in, but I know what I got to do. At least I know, I'm aware of the issues now. So yeah, I can go ahead and install the running boards once I'm ready for it. Got this thing off the hoist, so not bad. Those are a couple of big deals to get done. So yeah, we'll just carry on and keep knocking things off this list, man. So now that my brakes are bled, I can paint the master cylinder and the lines. I know I've been getting grief from some of the guys about it. You know, you got the engine bay looking really nice and then that ugly master cylinder. But yeah, we'll paint it up. Anyway, that's it for that. I think I'm gonna wrap this deal up. Okay, so there you go. You know, the fender running board thing, I'm not too concerned about it. I know how much those fenders move around, how much play you have with them, so I'm pretty sure I can manhandle them into place once the running boards are on. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. We'll deal with that when the time comes, but I'm pretty sure I can make it happen. As far as the distance and everything else, that's all good. So yeah, it was kind of a backwards way of doing it anyway, really, when you think about it. You know, you might as well start from the front, go all the way to the back, so that's fine. I managed to cross a couple of good ones off my list, so it's just about wrapped up underneath there, and I need some parts now, so they should be in midweek coming up, so then I can finish up everything under there 100%, and I won't have to get under there again. Yeah, I think I'm going to get into doing a little bit more wiring as well. I'll get all those taillights wired in and done so that I can, you know, tidy up those wires as well and run the wire for the fuel tank. Get that hooked up and run over to the gauges. A few other things underneath. That's it. What else? Yeah, gonna need parts. That's all there is to it. Once I do get some parts in, then I can finish up my gauges and all that stuff too. You know, that'd be the speedometer cable. Jesus, my mind is turned into mush. What the hell's going on? It's warmed up about 20 degrees already. So yeah, we're gonna be into some decent weather coming up this week, which also means I'm going to get a few of the little bits painted. That's the interior garnish moldings, the filler panel between the front bumper and the grill, the dash pieces, all that kind of stuff. So I'll get those all painted up. And yeah, just carry on. I guess the next big one would be probably getting the hood on. That'll make a big difference in the look of the truck for sure. So yeah, stick around. Lots of cool shit coming. And you know, if you like the content, like what you see, please subscribe, tell your buddies, leave comments, like the channel, share it, and all that kind of stuff. You know the routine. And if you're not doing anything else, well, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.